Originally, we weren't sure if we were going to go to Mason, so my anniversary was that weekend. I had a lot of work to get done. It's been super busy at the shop, but I had a lot of fans reach out to me, asked me if we were going to be there. So I thought, you know what, I needed to go there for those who are reaching out. The whole fan thing's new to me. I appreciate everybody reaching out, but yeah, just the support that I've been getting. Thought we needed to go, and in that I thought I should do something for Lilly, just something special for her. Just wanted to encourage her, so that's what we did, and we went up there to do our best. I honestly didn't think we could do as good as we did. But we did all right. We left here Friday morning, got away. I had to go to the race shop in Wilkesboro, do some things. Pulling out of the drive here, I told Jamie, I said, I feel like I was taking a knife to a gunfight. I looked back at my logs from, I believe it's 3 or 4 years ago at Mason. I'd won against Halls in the final, and I'd run an 84. And I'd actually push a head gasket trying to make sure I had enough power to get him on the top end. But I was kind of worried. I figured 80s is all I was going to be able to run. So we went up, got there 6 o'clock or so on Friday evening, and Halls was making some test passes. And off the trailer, he made a pass, and then he made another pass, and it was a 61. So I knew I had a battle in my hands, wasn't sure what to do. Told Jamie it was going to be tough, told Adam it was going to be tough, but we worked and tried to do the best we could. That's what we did. Our first qualify was passed. I just had left the tuning from the other week when we did some no prep testing. We put slips on here, so I was hoping we could get down the track with it, but it was all over track, and I ordered to run a little early. Stephen Halls went down the track at 5:56 with a 7 in front of me, and I figured I run about a 5:80 or so. I got down there and got time slip. It said 5:56 on it. I said, well, I must have got Paul's slip because I've been around on the turn road. And it had my name on it. It was 5:56 with a 5. So I kind of got, a little excited, encouraged. Like, well, maybe we have a fighting chance. So I got qualified in the first round by 2,000. Which is pretty cool. I think the fans really enjoyed us being that tight. And then so we came back, I looked at the data, and I decided to make a suspension change in the 4-link. And being out of shape, I didn't want to try to drive like that all day, it's not safe. So I went ahead and made a change on the 4-link, dropped some bars. And round 2 was a little bit better. Yeah, so round 2 qualifying was a lot better. I told the guys if it left good and was sticking pretty good, I was just going to run it half track or second gear and shut it down, just read the numbers. Again, I was behind Halls for Q2, and he went out there and ran 550. I went up and left the start line. It went to the left, but it settled down and stayed. And I just remembered Lilly was on the back of his car, and I was like, this is for Lilly. I knew it was going to be a good number, so we ran it on down through there. Went 549, 127, I believe, was a mile per hour. So I was happy with that. We stayed number one, about 500s ahead of Halls. I told everybody the night before that Steven was going to run 30s before the end of Saturday, just based off what he did on Friday night testing. I knew he was trying to get the setup right, so I knew he was going to try to step it up every pass. So that was my goal for the day, is just keep pushing. Like, I knew I needed to try to be in the 30s. After I ran that 56 in Q1, I knew I had to keep pushing. So we went to 49. And that led us to round one, and we were supposed to run Ricardo, but he had some engine problems, so we had a bye run. So I was supposed to be in the left lane. I don't like the left lane because that's where I wrecked. But I was like, you know what, we're just gonna get over this, see how it does, and that way if I get put over there again, I'll at least know how the car's gonna react. So went out there, first round, had a competition single, left the start line, and it was a good run. It moved to the left again, but it was good. Wound up on a 120/60, which is really good. Again, we're on the stock junkyard motor, nothing special to it, stock cams and everything. So 120/60, and I shut off early, and it goes to a 561 at like 99 mile per hour. So everyone knew I'd shut down, and yet I'd still run a 61. So I knew it was gonna be a good number. I ran the figures, and I figured it was gonna run like a 36 or 37. I had to run it through, so I knew I was in good shape. And we went on to round two, and all this was done by chip draw, was setting up the ladder, and that put me and Stephen Halls in competition together in the semifinals. And that's the round everybody was wanting to see. You know, he and I are close rivals. We push each other, and everybody wanted to see what would happen. So I had him in round two, which was the semifinals, and he put me back in the right lane. I think he liked what he saw me running in the left lane, how I was running good. It was okay with me because I didn't want to be in the left lane. Just I had that thought in the back of my mind of the last time we were there. So we was in the right lane. I already had a game plan of how I was going to run the race, and I just, you know, went step by step of what I had planned and didn't stray from it, and it worked out for us. So I had double eight there at the top of the tree, 2/10 ahead of him, about a 60 foot. I had another 126, 131, I believe, maybe 130. And it was strolling down through there. It did veer to the left like it did every other run, but it settled down, so I could maintain it, and that was good. Went out through there, went 539, and that was a good pass. That was a real good pass for the engine setup we have and trying to figure out the slick setup. Again, all I was doing was just tweaking the suspension each pass, just trying to figure things out. That pass, I had loosened the compression up a little bit more and tightened up the rebound. And then on the left front, I tightened up the extension a little bit, trying to see if I'd help, you know, keep it straight out of the hole. And all those little improvements, you know, were making a big deal for us because we were picking up time after time. You know, we qualified with a 56 in Q1, and then in the semifinals we're running 39, just changing suspension and tweaking a tune. And all I was doing a tune was, you know, smoothing out fuel curves and boost curves. So, you know, that was a really good pass for us. You know, just last thing I wanted to do is go out early with Lily's name on the car because I wanted to do something special for her. And, you know, I just put added pressure on you every time. So, just doing that for her. Made it to the finals, but I really wanted to win for her and for us. That's a long trip all the way to Maryland, so you want to make the best out of it you can. So we were in the finals, and things were looking good. Yeah, the final round was a good pass. I turned down the hit just a little bit. I was running John, and I knew that he was a little bit slower than we were, And I just didn't want to go out and, cars been veering left all day. I didn't want it to do something stupid. As the day goes on, the track prep gets less and less, so you don't really know what to expect. I go out there and check it every time, but you just gotta be careful. So on the hit, I just brought it down a little bit. I think 3 or 4 pounds of boost. That just came down because I dropped the RPM down about 400 RPM. So just didn't make a mistake. There's no such thing as an easy win. Things go wrong, and you don't want to cause more problems than you might already have. So, of course, in the car, I'm thinking, don't screw this up. Don't red light, don't do nothing stupid. But the light came down, and I let go of the button, and we were gone. It was a good pass. We went a 5:45.
Shows the winner. Pro Outlaw man.
Beat this yellow car of our kitchens.
Go tell him. Yeah.
Eric's put up 200, I put up 200.
I got it.
That goes to first place.
Right there.
For you, Lilly. Scott put up 100 for the
Yes.
Adam and his family were there, and we hung out all weekend. We were the only ones there at the end of the race, and we took his kids on the track and let them play on their bicycles some in the race, and just have a lot of fun, relax the rest of the evening. And we headed out Sunday morning, headed home. To answer your question about the stock motor, that everybody wants to know how fast we can get it to go. 5:39 right now is the quickest, but you saw how it was, it wasn't straight clean passes. I believe I could turn up a little bit more on the hit. So right now we're going to say 5:39. If I get a chance to run on some good tracks later, we may see some 20s out of it, some high 20s. I think I can probably get another 10th out of it. So we'll see. But right now, for those of you who were guessing what it would do, stock block, stock everything except for ARP, bolts, and head studs. 5:39 at 130 is what we've done with it so far. So that's pretty cool. The same engine setup, like I said, earlier, is I run 584 at Mason. So basically half a second better than we were 4 years ago with the same setup, just off of the things we've learned over the last few years to make the engine last, to make the parts better. I think it's pretty cool. Same engine, half a second. You can't really complain about that, but there's a little more left in it, and we'll see what we can do. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll check you later.